give people a second to, see that it's going, jump in. Of course, all this will be viewable later as well.
I need that news item on your phone.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to bring it up. I'm just making sure everything's all in order.
All right.
Seems to be good connection and all of that. Alright, so maybe start by introducing yourself and then we'll get to the article part.
Okay.
You want to talk about yourself a little bit first?
This is Patrick in Portland, Oregon with news for you. Oregonian news item. Headline, family of John Ellifritz seeks sanctions against city for late disclosure of videos showing police shooting. Oh, I need to fix it.
Oh, so to scroll, do it in the middle
Okay,
of the screen.
okay.
Also, put your hat up a little bit. Got it?
Lawyers for the family of John Ellifritz, who was shot and killed by police last year inside a southeast Portland homeless shelter, are seeking sanctions against city attorneys for what they called the extremely belated disclosure of dozens of additional videos that captured the shooting. In mid-March, the city shared videos from within City Team Ministries with the Ellifritz legal team as part of discovery in the family's pending wrongful death case. Police say they shot Ellifritz when he lunged at officers with a knife. Though a deadline in the civil case was extended to July 5th to share evidence in the case, lawyers for the city withheld 47 additional videos of the shooting for another month, according to lawyers representing members of Ellifritz's family. The family's lawyers filed a motion in federal court Wednesday seeking sanctions against the city for the delay. One of the withheld videos contains the clearest evidence that a barrier of 2 rows of chairs
So everybody, if you're just joining, this is Patrick, and he's telling us about the murder of John Ellifritz at City Team Ministries last year.
the killing. One of the videos contains the clearest evidence that a barrier of 2 rows of chairs separated police officers and Ellifritz at the moment he was shot, and shows the shooting from the officer's vantage point, according to the family's lawyers. Then officers are shown moving the rows of chairs out of the way so that it appears after the fact and misleadingly that there was an unobstructed pathway between the corpse on the floor and the shooting officers at the moment of the shooting. Attorneys Timothy Volport and Carlton Audium wrote to the court. Not having that video footage available, when the Ellifritz attorneys questioned at least 7 officers involved in the shooting and other police supervisors for depositions, was prejudicial to their case, they argued. This video evidence is critical to the question whether, with the barrier of 2 rows This video evidence is critical to the question whether, with the barrier of 2 rows of chairs between Elipritz and the officers had a reasonable fear of being harmed by Elipritz at the moment they fatally shot Elipritz, they wrote. The video evidence withheld by defendants is critical information independent of the evidence given by the shooting officers in depositions and post-incident investigative interviews regarding their relative positions. The 47 new videos recently turned over to the Elipritz legal team are among evidence that is sealed under a protective order, according to the family's lawyers. Barbara Elipritz and the couple's daughter Stormy, the representatives of his estate, sued the city and Portland police in May 2018, alleging police stormed into the City Team Ministries shelter on April 7, 2018, with AR-15 rifles and a police dog, and used excessive force against Elipritz. His family says John Elipritz was experiencing a mental health crisis and posed no threat to the officers. John Elipritz, a suspect in a carjacking, had just burst into the shelter on Southeast Grand Avenue armed with a knife, police said. The Elipritz legal team asked the judge to strike the city's motion to throw out the case. The lawyers also asked a judge to allow them to amend their original complaint based on the new video evidence and have the city pay for their costs and attorney fees for the depositions they already took of the 7 officers and other police supervisors without the benefit of the withheld videos. The city's lawyers contend the late disclosure isn't prejudicial because they show another camera angle as previously produced videos, according to court papers. Deputy City Attorney J. Scott Modi said the city would respond in a formal court filing soon to the motion for sanctions. The family's lawyers say the new videos bolster their case. It should go without saying that this is not for the defendants to decide whether and how these videos potentially support plaintiffs' claims and theories, Volpert wrote. It should also be plainly apparent that different camera angles can be critical in determining what happened, especially in the context of the use of deadly force, as is indeed true here. The late disclosed videos includes footage from the shooting officer's vantage point and is hugely significant.
Body cam footage.
The family's suit seeks unspecified compensatory and punitive damages from the city, as well as a request to order the city to halt its alleged policies and practices that encourage the use of unreasonable force, particularly against people suffering from mental health challenges. In response, the city said Elipritz's behavior, his failure to drop his knife after repeated police commands, and his decision to lunge at officers led police to shoot and kill him. They argued in court papers that the 48-year-old's death was his fault alone. The city also cited Elliprit's use of methamphetamine that day, his carjacking of an SUV that he then drove dangerously, and the cutting of his neck while he was moving erratically around the crowded shelter as examples of his reckless actions. City defendants are not at fault in the actions pled by plaintiff because the death of Mr. Elliprit was the sole and exclusive fault of Mr. Elliprit, the city's response said. I brought this to the attention of an Oregon State Police guarding the federal building right over there and asked for her business card and got this. Apparently I was talking...
It's a traffic department.
Apparently I was talking to Officer Traffic Department. I need solidarity. We need to get those cops who, in my opinion, made a felony tampering with evidence video to at least their first hearing in court. Thank you. I hope to talk to you again.
Do you have names for those cops?
No.
No? But you're trying to get those names and you've been walking up to them, right? And asking them about this, right?
I've been asking cops to arrest the other cop and I'm getting nowhere with it.
Right, in which if they don't do that, you say that's dereliction of duty, right?
In my opinion, if I bring a felony complaint against anybody and the cop ignores me, I would like the cop investigated for felony derelict in duty. I've talked to a Multnomah County deputy at the Multnomah Central Library. I talked to that state cop guarding the federal building, Officer Traffic Department, according to her card, her business card.
Huh. Did she have a badge or a name tag?
Not that I remember seeing.
Maybe a piece of tape with a number on it or something.
I didn't see anything like that.
Oh, okay. Mountie hat though?
And some variation of senior deputy patch on the sleeve of her shirt. I don't know who it is. And
Oh, the deputy would be...
the state police had senior deputy. Siegmuller is the county deputy. And it goes nowhere. I talked to a Multnomah County captain in front of the Edith Green Wendell Wyatt Federal Building. No, in front of the Justice Center, one of the two. And that one.
Anything you'd like to add?
I would like solidarity. I would like everybody to take 1 minute out of their day and send one email or one phone call asking for the arrest of all these cops. Thank you.
The name of the victim again?
John Elliprit is the name of the victim.
E-L-I...
I don't know how to spell it.
Well, I got it right here, so let's just let people know. John, E-L-I-F-R-I-T-Z. Okay, well, thank you for
It's
your time, Patrick.
August 14th, 2019, The Oregonian.
That's right, yeah, and if you Google that, Oregonian John Elliprit, you'll find that article is the first one that comes up. So, all right, well, thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you bringing this story out into the light again, because there's a lot going on and so many injustices that need to be...
When we have video evidence, let us pursue it.
That's right. And then one more thing is that any donations we get tonight for this stream will go straight to Patrick in his efforts for researching this case and trying to bring it to justice. So,
Thank you.
Oh, it's over here. Alright, everybody. I'm going to close this out now, but I will be back in a little while. Patrick got some news for us. And yeah, I'll go ahead and go update the descriptions too so we get some more information about it.